What's up, guys? This is like a first episode of, I would say, my ranting series where I kind of just go off about stuff that annoy me, either what's going on or whatever's happening in the YouTube community at that certain time. But this is kind of the first episode of it, I guess. This is like the best subject to put it on. Of course, you guys all know what this is on from the title. This is about the Logan Paul situation, and you might be saying, "Oh, Corbin, you're just doing this for views, or whatever." But honestly, I'm not. I don't care about views or whatever. I just want to get my opinion out there and how wrong this is. I know a lot of people probably say, "Oh, you're just repeating what everyone says." I'm just gonna put my thoughts, and I'm gonna say what everyone else has been saying and what is wrong with this. Don't worry, this won't be like a long video, but I'm gonna keep this short. So, if you don't know what's happening and you're in the dark, but you probably already know, is the Logan Paul situation that's blown up in the last 3 days, I guess? Yeah, somewhere around there. And what happened was, back on New Year's Eve or whatever, he uploaded a video about going to the suicide forest. Which, first of all, going to the suicide forest is kind of disrespectful in itself, and filming there, I mean. Like, going there is fine, but filming there, I don't have a problem with filming it, but just put down the camera when it comes to like someone like that, or someone who took their life being there. Put down the camera. That's all I have to say. So I'm just gonna keep it short of what happened. So they found this guy who hung himself on the tree, and it was something. And what Logan Paul's response was like, "Oh, this is a dead guy, so let's zoom in on him," and going through his stuff, and it's just pointing out so many wrong things with this. And he's like, "Yeah, look at his body," and just basically, and you know what his best thing about doing it was? Blurring his face. Listen, blurring his face is not going to do anything. That doesn't give an excuse of what you did. And now he's realized he messed up right after it all happened. Like, he didn't think about it when nobody was calling it out, but when everyone started calling it out, all of a sudden it's a big thing. He in this video, he kind of has the nerve to like put, "This is for suicide awareness" and things like that, which is good. But you don't have to put the guy who committed suicide in the video. It was no need to put that in there whatsoever. But the problem is, you chose to put it in there. And what came out earlier was, I watched Drama Alert, and apparently what came out is, you and your editor had to talk about it. So if you and your editor had to talk about it, you guys agreed to put this up and what to do with the footage for hours. You guys were talking about it, and you put that guy in the thumbnail with you in it. I don't understand why you would put that up. Anyone who has common sense would not do that. This is not a joke. I've never had suicidal thoughts myself, but the thing is, I've been around people who've had. I think I've had a lot of, probably 5 people or whatever. I've talked to a few out of, but I'm only bringing this up because it's a scary thing. It really is because like I've had a lot of times where someone have like, I've been in conversations with people, and they were talking about it, about how they're going to do it, and like they would just stop responding. And it would freak me out for hours on end, just trying to figure out. It's scary, you know. And anyone who is struggling with this, go and get the hotline. I'll put a link in the description, or I'll put something on the screen now that shows the number, so you guys can go and click on it. So there you go. So, he was taking it as a joke. Like, I know he's saying, "Oh, it wasn't a joke," but he was taking it as a joke in a video, and you could see in her eyes, this was views right here. This is a great video. You know, the video is boring or whatever. And, like, the messed up thing is, I thought Logan Paul was fine. Like, besides all the messed up stuff he did in the past, like colorblind or whatever, but out of the Paul brothers, I thought he was the one who had a little bit of common sense. But it turns out, nope, his true colors have shown. You know, you think they're this person, but then their true colors show. They can say they're not, but they started making jokes. Everybody was laughing in there, and everybody knew that this was going to get them views, so that's why they did it. They put it in a thumbnail, and they knew, wow, this is about to go massively viral and get like 11 million views and things like that. And anybody with half a brain knows that's what it was, because you could see their faces when that happened. Not all at the same exact time, but like in different parts of the video, you could see that that's what happened. And of course, I'm not going to show any part of the video in this video out of respect for that person. This is just, it's disrespectful. It really is. Like, I've seen many people make videos on this and saying the same exact thing, like how disrespectful it is. Like, shout outs to Damn Drops and McJuggernuggets and Boogie298 and Drama Alert, whatever. They've all made videos on it. They've all said how mad disrespectful it was. And it really is when you think about it, because how disrespectful everything is, because you had the nerve to show them on camera. Like, the most you could have done is just cut it off and say, wow, this is going to happen, and we needed to cut off the camera. So if you guys we can take respect out of that we had to cut it off because we didn't want to show it, so we had to call the authorities. Understandable, but you had a nerve to do it, and some people might say, oh, it was because of shock or whatever. Who responds with a laughing thing? And the problem is, it was him. That's what got it the most. Out of all people, it was him who did that. And you don't respond that way. What do you respond with is you respond with calling authorities when he was talking about, and apparently they were in the wrong place, and they weren't supposed to be where they were at. So that's another thing too. And you were in the worst place, in the place you weren't at, because he said it was fine because the park was right there. You should have called authorities then. You shouldn't have just gone around it and things like that. If you would have thought it was fine, just imagine how the family felt. Imagine if they had a kid. He has a mother, a father, and maybe has siblings, and what if they were on your channel or whatever, and they had to see that and witness that, because that possibly could have just happened like a day ago, and you just laughing at it. It wouldn't go so well, would it? No, that's what you have to think about. If this would have happened to you, would you want someone going in your face? Obviously not. So, and this is what the thing is. After all this, will this one thing affect him? No. And you got to realize why not is because we've been trying to destroy the Paulers channels for a while now, but it's never worked. They've lost a few subs, but they end up growing fast, and it's because of these little kids that are being on it. And I will go on to that in a little bit, because I have a little list of little things I want to talk about, so I can just make this video shorter. These little kids are just going to keep running back. These subscribers are going to unsubscribe, but later on they're going to come right back. It doesn't matter. It's not going to change, because just today he got 13 million views today. Probably got $13,000 from that, because if you don't know, a million equals $1,000. So think about that. And he just went up in subs and things like that. So there's no difference. This is not affecting him. It affected for one day. So people need to realize that we can't destroy it. Only people who can do something about it is YouTube. But I will get into that later. So an apology. His apologies he had one on Twitter and one on YouTube. So his first one was on Twitter, it was on the internet, and he made up this bragging apology where he just bragged about how he got views, bragged about how he did this, and that's all it was. And it just made people way mad at him, because as they already were. And everyone with half a brain can see why, because it's just why would you just brag in your apology? And he had the nerve to put an emoji at the end. And he's just having that great power comes with great responsibility. Get out of here with that Spider-Man quote. Just give that from you. Don't start using quotes and things like that. You have to give it from your heart. So it wasn't genuine. We all knew that. So his second apology that came out on YouTube the other day, and it's trending still. It's on #1 of trending. And the thing is, with that trending video, it's alright, 20 million views. Apparently he monetized it first, but hopefully it's not monetized still. And he has tears and things like that. But the problem is, you have to realize too, he's an actor. So he can put on a fake act if he wants to. You've seen a colorblind video. You've seen how he acts in that. Of course, he could probably just be faking that. So how do we know it's genuine? Really? Are you sorry because you feel bad, or are you sorry because you got caught? That's two little things. A lot of people get sorry because they were caught, not because they actually mean it. The apology just doesn't seem genuine to me. It really does not. And apparently he stopped vlogging for a little bit. Probably the best thing to do. And now I'm bringing on to the parents' fault. The parents are the biggest thing in this, because majority of his audience is kids, and obviously you all know that. It's ranged from 8 to 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, or whatever, and they're all in on this, because I've seen so many people defending him on Twitter and things like that, and it's like, why? It just makes you so mad. There's this one kid who posted a video saying, it's a great thing he was in a video, so he did nothing wrong. I would kill to be in Jake Paul's video or something like that, so he should be happy. It just doesn't make sense. These parents are letting this happen because parents don't care what they're watching at like 8 years old. And there's this one kid who got traumatized probably from it, that the mom videotaped it, and the parents are letting this happen. They're getting the merch and things like that from the parents because the kids don't have money, so the parents have to go and order it for them. They need to look more into what is happening, because they're seeing things like that. Everything that looks like kid-friendly is not kid-friendly, and the Paulers are not kid-friendly things. Like Jake Paul is a whole different story. With like I'm not gonna talk about that. But that's all I'm gonna talk about it, because I'm not gonna be like everyone else and talk about the same things over and over again. So you all know it's the parents' faults. And the only way this will ever get out or whatever, or he'll get his channel destroyed, is if this hits the news and they're talking about it, because the parents will stop it from watching. What is YouTube becoming because of this? Because YouTube, when it first came out, they put it on the trending page because Logan Paul's YouTube's golden boy. Obviously, we all know that. And they put him on the trending page from in the Suicide Forest. And you gotta think about this too. YouTube manually puts videos on there, and they allowed it to be on there. And they manually reviewed it and allowed it on there. And people who get strikes for no reason, doing little less, get strikes for it. But if another YouTuber did this, they would get striked for it. There's no doubt whatsoever. This is YouTube's golden child, so they're like, you know what, we need it. It's like Jake Paul and Logan Paul are the rich kids of YouTube. Like, there's those one kids who just can't do wrong or whatever, and are spoiled so they can do whatever they want. That's what I see them as to YouTube. And it doesn't... It's annoying. YouTube's response was absolutely stupid about how they reviewed it and things like that. Then why did you take it down? Why'd you put it on the trending page? I heard it was like a number 10 or whatever. It's stupid. Logan Paul needs to fix it, because he cannot come back from this unless he fixes something quick. Because now he's on the trending page for like a while of his apology video, and he needs to fix things, because people are not going to let this go. His true colors have shown, actually. No, he doesn't, because his true colors have shown, and it is not good. And he's saying, there are people around me and stuff like that. You better check your people around you, because think about this. They're probably your yes men. No, they are your yes men. And they will agree with anything you do and think it's a good idea. And because they won't say anything to you, because like Jake Paul, they won't say anything to you because you have all the money and they get all the stuff from you. So if you disagree with them, you're going to probably get away with them. Isn't that true? So I know you're not going to get off the platform. So I just fix it. You can't do these things. You can't do it. I am not on Logan Paul's side whatsoever, and people who are defending him is just sick to me, because it's just they're so brainwashed. And honestly, for this next generation, it does not look good, because you're going to be filled with 15 million people who are like this, and that's scary to think about. And the people who watch Jake Paul, they're going to look like that, and they're saying they're not cool unless they're like them. It's a scary thing to think about. Logan screwed up, bad. Your true colors have shown. You can't come back from this. Actually, you really can't come back from this. This is something that nobody will ever let down. That's kind of the conclusion of it. No matter what apology you do, you're still screwed for this. So yeah, that's kind of the end of this video. This video was going on for 17 minutes. Didn't mean for it to, but I had to explain everything as it is. This is how I'm gonna say. You have to think about what you're going to do. Think about all the people you're going to impact when you do something, because a lot of people look up to you, and a lot of kids actually look up to you, and think how you're going to affect them when you go and do things. Think how they are going to be after you do things, because they're trying to act exactly like you. And believe me, that's not a good thing. You just think about what you're going to do before you post it, because now a lot of kids are probably traumatized for it or whatever, even though a lot of kids are defending him oh, he did nothing wrong. Yes, he did, and he even acknowledged it and told everyone to stop defending him. But you have all these annoying fans who will defend him, whatever. It's crazy, and it's funny how his channel won't die. But YouTubers have done like less worse things have had their channel just die out. It's so crazy how the YouTube system works and algorithm just works like that. It's a sad and crazy thing. So this is what YouTube's becoming now. Great. So yeah, I would, if I can find a suicide, like whatever donation thing, I think I'll find one from Boogie's video and I'll put in, if anyone wants to donate, you can go ahead. You know, if I could, I would donate. So if you guys love this video, like, comment, subscribe. I think the next rant will be like more lighthearted. This one was kind of just a thing that needed to be said. You know, a lot of people might say, oh, you just copied what everyone else said. No, I'm just taking all the information and then putting it into one thing and then giving my opinion at the end. So, you know, before this video goes on for like 20 minutes because I'm at 19 minutes. So if you guys love the video, like, comment, subscribe. I don't have to trim this video down. Normal videos will be out soon. I will see you guys later. Peace. So I just got done like doing this voiceover, right? So as I was going through, I realized I missed a few things that I feel like I should say. So one thing is, I found out too, is the video never got age restricted too. How does everything else get age restricted that shouldn't even be, actually, but yet who has a dead body in it doesn't get age restricted? It gets actually promoted, because either otherwise it would be demonetized or age restricted for anyone else or get striked. But no, YouTube's like fine with that. So that's one thing I wanted to kind of point out. And also, I also wanted to point this out too. Never really said this, but I have some social media links in the description. So if you guys ever want to talk or whatever, or you need somebody to talk to, I have all my social media things. I have my Instagram, my Twitter. I'm on them all the time. So if anyone needs to say anything, you can contact me on there. So whatever, if you guys ever want to talk or something, or you want to reach out to me, just send me stuff on there. I usually respond to like 99% of my messages. So, or if it's just something stupid I don't respond, that's the 1% don't respond. But if you want to talk, reach out on those social media links and I will talk to you. So, and one thing you guys gotta learn is watch who you look up to, because not everyone is the way you see on camera. And probably a lot of people saying, oh, well, we already knew that. Well, a lot of people don't. Is a lot of kids are not seeing this and look up to them and think it's cool, because they say you're only cool if you have this certain stuff. I've heard some Keemstar brought up that point, which is true. They did say that, and it's annoying, because it's not how it works. So just watch who you look up to. Everyone has their true colors they bring out a lot, and Logan Paul brought up his true colors, and this is what happened. So watch who you look up to. Not everyone is what they are because they put a fake on the camera, and you know Jake Paul and Logan Paul put a fake on every single day for every video. It's no surprise to anyone. But one thing I forgot to point out at the beginning of the video is he had a warning at the beginning, right? But yeah, he didn't know to put a warning at the beginning because he knew it was going to be messed up. And he had like a little flash thing over the screen saying this line, but it was barely flashed over the screen. What's the point in having it at all if you could barely even see it? Even I barely saw it. So yeah, hope you guys can understand why this hasn't gone on longer. I've been recording for probably all this together 25 minutes. So I hope you guys can understand why I didn't say that much more. But if I could, I go longer on. I just don't want this to go on too long. But this whole situation's messed up, and you all know what it is. That's all I'm going to say about it, and I'm done talking about it. So probably I missed a lot more. You guys can point out to me in the comments, because I probably need to know more that I probably missed on, and I will speak about it in the comments. So I tried to put as much as I could fit into this one as I could possibly think of, because I'm just thinking of these off the top of my head. I have the ideas written on my phone, but I'm just saying what each little thing I wanted to talk about. So if you guys love the video, like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys later. Have a good day.